Kittens, you're there. Oh, I gotta take my shoes off.
Little breaker.
Sorry, babies. Stop. I want a cute little nap here. Okay. Thank God there's air conditioning in here.
Oh, I know. I walked in. I'm like, oh no.
It's like the South, right?
Here, please. It's even bad at the beach.
Oh, is it? But look how tan you are.
Well, you know where I live.
But I don't remember you always being that tan.
No, it's been a fun summer.
Nice. I never have fun.
It's been a fun summer. Let's put it that way. Yeah.
I'm wearing my my Give Litter shirt.
Everybody needs to remember to vote. Yep.
Remember to vote. Okay, so what do I do? I looked at your questions and I thought they were great, and then I forgot to look at them again, so I may not know the answers. So I didn't study or anything.
I am pretty convinced that you know the answers to them. Nice and be hard.
Oh,
This is William.
they're so little.
No,
Hi,
this is
Mama.
William.
God, there's so many. 1, 2, 3. You feed all those babies? Look at all the little litter boxes. This is what I have to do with my kittens when I have little kittens.
Do you have little ones right now?
I have.
So you must not be bottle feeding because you don't have any with you.
I'm not bottle feeding.
Yeah, yeah.
They took my last two at the nursery that I was bottle feeding, and then I just adopted out my bottle baby.
Was that last weekend?
Yeah, and
Nice.
I'm dying. I'm like, why can't I keep the one that I'm in love with? I have to be stuck with all the ones that nobody wants. I haven't kept a cat that I wanted since my very first bottle baby, Teddy Spaghetti.
Well, maybe if you'd stop liking the ones that everybody else likes, then.
Well, I bottle fed him since he was 3 days old, and he was so perfect. But he went to a former KR doctor, and but I feel like they can't love him as much as I do.
You were so adorable.
Yeah, my 3 smallest ones, I know they're 6 weeks old, but they're shrimpy. Hi, Mama.
You're such a good girl. I can't believe that she's that age. She's so small. And they're all healthy.
And she's exactly. You think I can move this here? Like here? Is that okay?
She's like, yeah, lady, as long as you put them back so I'm not walking through poop all day.
Are your kittens pooping all over the ground?
I believe that they have started.
Even with that great box? Yeah. Well, there's just a lot of them.
Okay, make sure the camera's on.
Oh.
They're supposed to be on you, so. I think you're like, yeah.
So I have to look in the camera or can I look at you?
It's up to you. You can look at me. It's easier to have a conversation.
I know.
We usually just have a conversation, but I think it's easier that way.
So, I know you've done this with Cynthia. You've done it with Nina.
Judy did it. I did it with Esther and Nina. And Judy's done it with Cynthia and Lindsay and Mimi.
And then Ben?
Well, Ben and I were going to try. Yep, I'm on camera, so that's live. Ben and I were going to try to do it last winter because you had time off, the holidays.
Yeah.
But our schedules just weren't a mesh. And I'm pretty flexible, it just wasn't working. So probably not again until he's got things calmed down. Yeah. Oh, thank you for the bath, little person.
Oh, wait. Smells like someone farted. Are you fine, Mama?
So there's 8 kittens in here. Anything could have happened.
Yeah, exactly. Who farted?
Alright, everybody. So, in case you don't know, this is Sandra Harrison. She's one of
the camera right there.
That's it. One of the board members at Kitten Rescue and Wonder Woman Extraordinaire. Probably does more for saving cats in 1 week than we all do for an entire year. Yes, it's true. It's true.
Just been doing a long time.
So, all right. So hopefully, if you guys can't hear, then somebody text me and let me know, and we'll try to talk louder. But it's usually me that people can't hear because I'm so cute. Because you can't even hear me on the phone sometimes.
I have a big mouth. Everybody hears me. I'm at the vet, and they're like, "Is Sandra here?" I'm like through the doors. I'm like, "Yes." I never hide.
All right. So let's see. Okay. So I just kind of said your role, but what's your role at KR?
I am on the board of directors, but I'm also development director, so I'm in charge of raising money.
So how many programs a year are you, like, on average? I mean, I can't keep up with
programs? You mean
like
our fundraisers?
this and stuff
Okay.
that you do a year? Because
So-
I want to say it's like 50.
No, it's not 50. I think she took over the sponsorship program because that was a lot of work. So thank you. Kendra is invaluable. Well, we do the fur ball, which is, it's coming up, and it's not my favorite event to run because it's very stressful for me, and I honestly don't feel like I know what I'm doing, so I'm always like in over my head. And the marathon, which I love because I just went to our first marathon meeting. We're accepted as an official charity for 2018, and I think there's some changes, but we're going to start recruiting for the marathon now. And I love the marathon because it's just, even though I am not a marathon runner, it's so inspirational to see these people train to run.
And do it for Kitten Rescue.
But it's two different things. It's like they're running 26.2 miles, which is amazing, and then they raise money.
I get cranky if I have to drive 26.2 miles.
Totally. I do the 5K, and I'm like, I was exhausted the next day, and I had to go to the cheer station, and I'm like, I'm sore from 3 miles. How do they? And I'm like, such a wuss. But I raised a lot of money, so.
So how did you get involved with KR to begin with?
Okay, so
general terms.
Should I start with where I started volunteering first, or how I got involved in rescue? I had just bought my house in West Hills, and we were young, we didn't have much money, so I was going to yard sales to try to furnish my house. And I drove by this shelter, which was not Kitten Rescue. It was a pet adoption fund. And I saw all these dogs lined up outside, and I got out of my car and I stood there crying. And I'm like 25 years old, so. And I knew about that the shelters killed animals, and I know, but seeing them in cages just killed me. So this young man comes up behind me and he says, if it bothers you so much, do something about it. I'm going to come here and walk those dogs. And so I went home and I told my husband, we're going to go get exercise and walk these dogs. And he's like, okay. Then I got there and the cat volunteer's like, we need cat volunteers. I'm like, oh, I like cats and dogs. Yeah, I don't care, sure. So I got hooked in there, but I became increasingly unhappy with some of the things that were going on there. They wouldn't do the 2-pound spay and neuter, so we were adopting out unspayed cats, and we were having to call back, and then people had moved on. So we, and no matter, Kay was very old-fashioned. She didn't want to change her ways, and there were other things. I was a flight attendant at the time. I was doing all-nighters, and so I could be there all day, so I could medicate the cats because it wasn't getting down. I shouldn't be saying that about another. Anyway, and Sue Romaine came in to pet adoption one time and was like, she wanted me from the beginning. She came to LA and she was volunteering at West Valley Shelter, and Sue Romaine founded Kitten Rescue, just in case you don't know. And she wanted me to come with them the whole time. She started Kitten Rescue, but I'm like, oh, I have to, these cats need me. And finally, when I was about to leave, when I was frustrated, I called Sue. She's like, come with us. So I ended up with Kitten Rescue, and I'm sorry, this story's long.
And they love it. I love finding out about it.
Oh, okay. So, and they put me on the board of directors almost immediately, and that was a lot. I think my first fosters were 1998, so that was in 98 that I started Kitten Rescue. Yeah, I'm senior to Ben.
Wow.
I think I'm also older than Ben.
No. Ben is much older. He has this freckled look.
Yeah.
I hope he's working right now.
He's not watching. He doesn't even know we're here. Always on the phone with Cynthia, though. She's like, I'm going to watch. I'm like, no.
All right, so just because you mentioned the flight attendant, how many miles have you logged? I know.
I don't know.
Estimation. It was more, I don't know, I don't remember who sent that to me, and it might even been our mom in Tennessee. But
she
loves you.
Yeah.
So that was a delivery. But
that was a delivery.
We just got
so
from
getting
Dallas Fort Worth, picking up cats.
That doesn't happen. I think that's the only time that's ever happened that I've had to fly to pick up cats. I have flown. I did the 2 cats from here. Sorry, I can't remember their names.
They're at. I know.
Yeah, there's so
Macy
many.
and Magic.
No, I got Macy and Magic coming back. What were the names that from here?
Teddy, and that's his name now, and Lena.
Okay, adopted 2 cats from Kitten Rescue. One was from me and one was from somebody else. Moved to Chicago, and she didn't want to put them in cargo, and you can only put one under the seat. So I want her to take those 2 cats, and we're still friends. Those 2 cats have now passed. I mean, this was a long time ago. I don't know. I know. Oh yeah, another guy who adopted from Kitten Rescue but was moving, and we took the cat to later. I've done it a few times.
Yeah, more than you remember.
Yeah, exactly. And it's been many years, so yeah, I'm always onto the new thing. I've already forgotten about the last thing. So,
all right, let me ask you some of these questions about the TNR stuff. What is I know that Ascana and Sally are here because they were red alerted.
Yeah. And
so somebody was asking today, what is red alert?
Okay, there's 2 things. There's red alert and blue alert. Red alert is behavioral, so they can't go, or it's not actually, red alert isn't always behavioral. It's either behavioral or they've just run out of time and they're having to make space. They've been there the longest, they're having to make space. So red alert is the euthanasia list. It's a euthanasia list. But blue alert is also that, but for medical cases. So they can be blue alerted and then taken off if they get treated and get well there. But either way, if they're red alerted or blue alerted, those are the ones that the rescue groups want to go for first because they're next. So one of those kittens, I'm not sure which one, bit the person who grabbed her off the street. So of course not any, but how many times have I been bitten? But if they tell the shelter that,
then they red alert them.
They are only available to rescue only. And they're super sweet, but they're available to rescue only. You know who else was, and you're going to believe this one, Tomas.
Oh.
Yeah. He was red alert for biting, but now, but he never bit at the shelter.
Right.
So the person that brought him in said he bit, and at the shelter he was like, Lovey. So I got him out for a member of the public that said that they wanted him and were going to take him, and they flaked on me. What's the matter, boo boo? What's the matter? You got a poo poo right there, don't you? Are you gonna? Oh
yeah.
No, it's diarrhea.
It's because they just started on mush food.
That doesn't look good. It's yellowish.
Yeah.
It's. Oh no, we have to tell them about that. Where are there paper towels in?
Yep.
Oh, right there.
That blankets too.
Here, maybe we just pull the blanket.
Yep.
And yeah, Mama says. That's not good.
All right, guys. Mama's, can we move?
No.
Come on, guys. Blanket change. Have tea. You too, Zara.
Stinky poo
You
poo.
too, Zara. Here, baby.
We're just gonna throw it out, right? No, do we need these? We're just gonna.
No, we'll just rub it out.
Where are the other blankets?
Right here.
Okay. Hey, babies. Excuse me, I'm gonna get my butt shot now. That's not great. Oh, this is a cute one. Look at that. It's got little
I know. I think most of them
These are
from
so
the viewers
cute.
too. So that's great.
Oh, it's so soft. Ooh, and that's so stinky. Let me throw that out. Yeah. Ew. Sorry, guys, for this interruption in service. There right now. They're acting okay though, right?
Yeah, they just started on mush food, I want to say, a couple days ago. So,
That one was looking at you with both paws up. It was so cute.
okay.
Yeah, they act fine though. Okay.
All right.
Let me just wash my hands. Okay.
Temporary crises averted.
Yeah.
Until the next one.
Yeah. That is an itchy boo.
I thought it was something kind of special when I walked in, and there was nothing on the ground, and apparently there's been stuff on the ground the last couple of days.
Oh.
We got to witness that.
Okay. You guys are cute. Look at that little room. They're acting okay. That's it. Oh.
Yeah, that was, actually it was Peter who did it.
What if they didn't deworm yet?
I don't know, because I haven't been,
Sort of
I've been able to do my normal chunks of watching. I've only been sporadic because my own children haven't been very cooperating. So okay. All right, so that's red alert. So okay, most people know what TNR is, but in case somebody's watching for the first time, can you explain what TNR is?
TNR stands for trap, neuter, return, which is what we do for feral cats. It's the single greatest thing that you can do to stop the overpopulation problem of kittens and cats. And we have a terrible problem in Los Angeles with feral cats because we have such a mild climate. We don't have a
kitten
winter.
Season is like 10 months out of the year.
Exactly.
Right.
Yeah. So it's the same thing in Florida. Like they have big feral cat populations.
Yeah. I think it's like some of the things that people understand though is like there's shelters like let's say in the middle of the country where there's cooler weather, and they tend to adopt their cats out much quicker in kittens. But that's because it's a very short period. They don't have anywhere near the numbers that Florida or California have.
Exactly. So trap, neuter, return, which I've been doing since before Kitten Rescue. I learned at the other place when someone called and wanted a problem solved. I'm like, I can do it. So where do I start with this?
Well,
I have personally seen, and this is very sad because not only do I do trap, neuter, return, I also feed a lot of colonies.
Right.
And I've seen over the years my colonies, either there's none left or there's few left in them. And it's very sad. It's heartbreaking because you actually love these cats even though you can't touch them. But you feed them every week. You feed them, you see them come up to you, and then all of a sudden one day they just don't show up and you know either a coyote or a car got them. But there's really no other place to put them. Like you can't put them all in your house, and so it's
and they're feral, and they
that's
don't want
their
to be in all of them.
Exactly.
I mean, some of them will come around, and some of them do.
Exactly. And if I have a tame in my colony, I'll always take in a tame and place the tame. But that's their home, they're feral, and that's their life, and you can just stop the cycle by TNR. Is this question on there about the injunction in Los Angeles about?
No. There's something in here about the TNR program versus trap kill policy. Is there injunction for? Yeah. Well,
let's just.
Because I know some places, some counties, right, throughout the country, don't want you to do TNR.
Well, it's in Los Angeles. It is not illegal for me to TNR or you to TNR, but there was an injunction. This guy named Travis Longcore, who's a USC professor, basically sued the city for endorsing TNR. And they weren't really endorsing TNR. They were just, you could walk into a city shelter and someone would say, I have feral cats in my neighborhood, what do I do? And they say, here's a fixation flyer. No, they wouldn't even do that. It's a biggest fixation. But at least they could promote it by saying, listen, instead of getting a trapping permit, trapping them and bringing them in where they will be killed, you have this option, this humane solution.
Right, you can spay and neuter.
Yeah, and the city didn't have to do the work. All they were doing was sending them to a nonprofit organization that would help them do the right thing. And so the city, when this guy wrote this lawsuit, the judge said, okay, the city has the burden of proof, basically, to show his paper, which you can find online, I can send you the link, said that feral cats are killing native birds, and that's so basically by TNR we are ruining the environment, the ecological system. So the city had to do a CEQA report, which would prove that the feral cat population is not hurting the environment in any way, and it would cost like $1 million for that report or something. And the city wasn't going to put the money into that.
Right.
Well, and they kind of thought, well, gosh, it's pretty common sense. If you TNR, there's less cats. So no one did any of that, and the judge said, well, you didn't provide it, so there's this injunction. You can't promote TNR. So they have set, this is like, oh my gosh, I think this is 8 years ago now. But that may be misinformation. I don't remember the year it was. They've been working on it. Brenda Barnett has been working on it. That it's expensive. And it's so stupid. It's so stupid. And I know, the shelter wasn't going out and doing the trap, neuter, return anyway.
Well, there's people who found kittens.
Just the fact they can't even say that now. They can't say, if they're an LA Animal Services city employee, they can't say, here's vaccination paper. Yeah, here's what you can do. Here's a humane solution, TNR. They can't say TNR.
Wow.
Yeah. So it's up to the humane organizations to get the word out.
Like Kitten Rescue.
Yeah.
There we go. So I would assume people understand the TNR policy versus a trap and kill policy. I don't think there's too many that have a trap and kill policy.
There isn't really a trap and kill policy, let's say. It's just
that's what was happening though.
Trap. If you trap them and you bring them in, they'll get killed.
That's right.
So, I mean, I would say
that could be the most important
policy
thing.
Because they will. If I have a place for a feral cat as a New Hope partner, I've been able to pull ferals and put them in as barn cats.
Yeah.
And we are actually going to we're in the beginning stages of starting a barn cat program. It's a working cat program. I don't want to call it barn cat.
No,
and we're trying to come up with a name. I want it to be something like Operation Freedom or something, because it's only focusing on feral cats in shelters and relocating them to working cats. And we're starting. Mark Dodge is he passed away this year, and he was one of the founders of Fixed Nation. So we're starting this program in memory of Mark Dodge because of Fixed Nation, so many lives have been saved, and we want to carry on his memory.
That's great. Sorry, I was making sure that
if
one was going, that it wasn't going to be what we just experienced. So if it was, I could see which one it was. Because I can tell them apart. I've studied them now. But it's not a play box. It's not a sandbox.
Well, it's corn based too. It's probably food too.
What are we doing under there, Pete? Oh my gosh, the girls. Okay, what's ear tipping?
Ear tipping is what you do when you trap a feral cat, a community cat, which we like to call them now. It's a politically correct term. I don't know why. It's more positive sounding, right? When you TNR, you want an ear tip, because that way if you see that cat, you say, oh, that cat's already spayed or neutered. It's a universal sign that the cat has been spayed or neutered.
Gotcha. Hi, baby. Without having to shave them and see first.
Right. Trap them again, take them in. Put them under and then go.
Right. How many litters will an unspayed female have a year?
I think it's 3 a year. No, I think that's
3.
So
depends on the weather.
Yeah,
I guess.
exactly. In LA, they have 3.
Which is why it's important to neuter the males, because a lot of people don't understand that. They just think the females need to be spayed, and that because the boys aren't having cats, we don't have to.
No, you have to do them.
1+1.
First of all, boys' cats are so much nicer when they're neutered. They don't stink, and they don't fight. I mean, yeah, but definitely, if you're working on a colony, if you've gotten that last female, there is that
chance.
I got the last female. Exactly. You'll still try to get the males, because they'll wander, they'll go wherever the female is.
Yeah.
So.
And so, does Kitten Rescue get most of their cats then out of the shelters, or do you guys occasionally, if there's colonies, or I know with the nursery they've got to come.
They're 100% because of the Best Friends grant. But we have a lot of trappers. Like, I rescue off the street. I think we're, it's probably a better question for Cynthia. I think that we're probably normally 50-50, but with the nursery, the shelter numbers might be up.
Yeah.
Like, as overall, yeah. But, and like I said, I do a lot of street rescue, but I've been
working. We tend to get ones that, broken legs.
You mean
really make tiny things?
Oh yeah, she's a street rescue. Exactly.
Yeah,
Exactly. Sometimes you just can't help it. A former doctor of mine calls, there's kittens under a pallet at our work. Well, she adopted leukemia positive for me. I'm gonna have to do something to make that up.
Are you going?
I think so.
I think so too.
No, I did. I changed my mind.
Sit in it, right?
I think they're playing.
Okay, so difference between a stray cat and a feral cat.
A stray cat is a tame cat who got out or someone left behind, exactly, and is tame. And a feral cat. Feral is a stray cat and a feral cat can both be on the street, but a feral cat is not socialized with people. A stray cat will be socialized with people. So you want to take a stray cat off the street and find a stray cat at home. A feral cat, you just want to stay neuter and irritate. Yeah. But feral is a behavior. They're all they're all stray, I guess, you know. But yes, it's a behavior. Like feral is like there's feral humans who weren't socialized. Right. It's not socialized with people.
Did you want to play in something? So you were talking about how you look after colonies. So what's the responsibility of a colony caretaker?
Well, just to make sure they're all spayed and neutered, and then I just, I leave food and water. I only go every few days. I used to go every other day when I was a flight attendant, and my colonies were bigger.
Yeah.
And one time I think I ended up with 30 colonies. And I was younger, thank God. And I had more time off when I was a flight attendant. But now I go like every 3 to 4 days and I just pile it up. And the thing is, I'm not the best colony caretaker because I have a fear that if I die, no one's going to take care of them. So I kind of want to make sure they're trying to get their other options.
A little irrational on your part. You have tons of friends and people who would look after your colonies.
Nobody wants to. Some of these colonies aren't that close to me. And
nobody wants to do it while you're here.
Oh, I see.
Sandra will do it. You guys don't understand. Well, Sandra gets called like a zillion times a day, a week to do a number of things.
Well, thank God my colonies are dwindling down. I mean, thank God, sad at the same time. But like that was a fear of mine. If something happened to me, like, hi, Angel, you going to pee pee? It's funny how they cry. I cry when I go pee pee.
That would be awesome.
Is that a pee pee or a poop? It's a pee. It may be a poo poo by the look on the face. But you're down awfully low for a poop though.
Sorry, we're fascinated.
Yeah, we're sponsored.
Because why is the pooping so important, right? Because that's when they're small, weight gain and
poop is a big deal. Poop is a big deal.
Yeah,
they can lose weight. If a kitten loses weight, they can go down like that if they get dehydrated. Or these guys are a good weight though, but they have their mommy.
Yep.
Your mommy.
Alright, so that's what last one kind of covered it. So adorable. So if people are watching, so again, so I'll take me for an example, right? I used to watch the bear cam. I still watch the bear cam, actually. I'm fascinated by the bears. And then when I discovered the Kitten Rescue Cam, fall in love with good job. Fall in love with now maybe Jay and Obi, and end up adopting, and then end up coming back up to see some kittens and meet the sanctuary kids and what have you, and end up being able to volunteer. And I know that we have people like Priscilla and Jamie and other people that were cam watchers, or they met, like Priscilla met Holly when she was at the vet first, that kind of thing, and she became a volunteer, and she volunteers on Sunday at Kitten Rescue. So a lot of people have, even through the camp, obviously we know we have great people who donate money, obviously, and toys and furniture and all kinds of wonderful things that cam viewers do. But we also do have a lot of local people, and the people obviously who are adopted, but how can people help Kitten Rescue? I mean, so there's different ways, right? There's adopting, there's fostering, there's, you probably know more than anyone.
Okay, I know adopting and fostering is, are probably the two greatest ways, because we can't save more animals. As Ben has said before, our two scarcest resources are money and fosters, exactly. But the sanctuary needs help. Like what Kendra does is amazing. Like if I could get 5 more Kendras, it'd be awesome.
Maybe that look closer. I would be
but taking over the sponsorship program was huge, because it's time consuming, isn't it? It's really time consuming. So what else? We're volunteers, special events. There's a great volunteer, Kelly Sheridan, who volunteers here on the weekends. Like, she is amazing, because not only does she volunteer here, like, we have special events, and she's always game to, you know, whether sell shirts or whatever. So it's nice to have a handful of volunteers who know how to do things like that and do them over and over again.
And move you around.
Exactly. Oh, my foot fell asleep. How am I ever gonna get up?
It's a hazard.
What?
It's a hazard when you're sitting in here.
I know.
It actually happens a lot when I'm sitting in there with the cat too. Finally, I have to be like, I have to clean to you, have to get off me, because I'm not gonna be able to move in 5 more minutes.
Yeah, exactly. Sorry that I have my feet by you. I have to wake them up. Alright, how else volunteer?
Okay, so there's volunteering, there's fostering, giving great donations, sponsoring cats as well, adopting, spreading the word, even if you're just turning people on to the cam to watch, because they help spread the word about rescues and TNR and shelters and
yeah, TNR, like, to me, you don't have to be a Kitten Rescue volunteer to TNR.
Right, no, I mean, I think we had somebody who made a really nice donation based on one of our other cam viewers who was doing a TNR.
Yes,
yes. In Florida.
Yeah. Oh, she's in Florida? The one that did the TNR was in Florida too? Okay.
Yes, and too, yep.
Because I know that, like, we talked about Florida's the other state.
Florida's but she depended on a lot of the information from the other viewers and stuff that she learned from watching Kitten Rescue on the board, and other people who chat on the board too that do TNR, because there's people in Arizona who do it. I mean, just all over.
TNR is I've said it already, but I will say it again, the single greatest thing you can do to save animals, in my opinion. I mean, obviously you have to still rescue and adopt from the shelter, but we can't adopt our way out of this problem. We have to spay and neuter. And don't wait. This is the one thing I say over and over. Do not wait until that stray cat has kittens to ask for help. The minute you see that stray cat, get a trap, take them in, assess if they're tame or feral, and then if they're feral, TNR. If they're tame, bring them in, foster them, find them a home. You know, get together with your local rescue group. If you live in a place where we're not overwhelmed like Los Angeles, there may be a shelter even willing to take that cat. Like in Oregon, our partner at cat adoption team.
Ask you if we're still doing transports.
Yeah, unfortunately we did a few at the beginning when they were still taking adults. Now now's their kitten season too, so they'll only take kittens. We are actually at a point where we needed to send some on transport, and they're like, we're only taking right now from local. They get back up too, but they said in 2 weeks to check back. But of course, right now we're kind of at saturation. August is always the worst month. Second wave of kittens is being born. You still have your first wave that are ready for adoption, and everyone goes on vacation.
Right.
So it's a high intake month and it's a low adoption month. So if you're thinking of adopting, adopt in August. You will help greatly. And I have 7 kittens for adoption right now.
Which is a low, maybe. I'm just kidding.
No, it's a lot for kittens.
It's a lot for you, but
for kittens, because I still have all my adults.
Yes, that's true.
And I have 3 small kittens that aren't ready. I have 10 kittens right now. Hope the animal services isn't watching this. I know they're not. They're pretty busy.
Right.
So yeah, no, I'm about to put some of mine in the PetSmart in Northridge, so it'll unload. Me right now, I guess, but I want them in homes. I don't want them in a cage in PetSmart.
Okay, so can you tell us a little bit about the Hope Fund, which again people can find out about on kittenrescue.org.
Hope was one I rescued. It was awful.
Hope. Yeah, and so with the Hope Fund, if you go to kittenrescue.org, you'll actually see a link there, but I'll let Sandra tell you a little bit about how that came about.
So I don't even remember how many years ago it was. It's probably like 10 years ago. I got a call at nighttime that a kitten had been hit by a car. I remember where I met him. I met him by one of my colonies in Reseda, right near Lindley and Sherman Way. And they handed me this little kitten, and then they told me they gave her baby Tylenol. I'm like, crap. Like, she can't wait till, so we went to McClave, which is right there, which isn't one of our normal vets, but it was an emergency. And they gave her activated charcoal until the morning so I could get her to Dr. Rigoni to do this, to look at the leg and do the surgery. They knew there were no internal injuries, but she had a really badly broken leg. So we stabilized her, and we raised all this money for her surgery, and some anonymous donor gave $5,000, even though like the surgery was supposed to be like $1,000. Like he or she knew they were giving more than we even needed.
Right.
But it was just a really generous donation, and we don't even know who gave it.
Wow.
And I think at the time, gosh, we weren't set up with like the way we are with Network for Good. It was like maybe, I don't even know how the donations came through. So I think maybe they actually could give anonymously. And I didn't, at the time I wasn't development director and I didn't know very much, you know. So if anybody would have been able to see it, I think it would have been Ben. Anyway, she died. She died getting surgery. So here we went, you know, we raised all this money, we had all these people engaged in this tiny little kitten, and, you know, it wasn't Dr. Rigoni's fault. He's one of our partner vets. He's a great vet. He's done so many surgeries, but her little body just couldn't make it, and she died. So we looked at all this money, and we said, well, we'll have to put this towards something, you know, we have to, in her honor. So the Hope Fund was created in Hope's honor, and it's to help cats that we normally couldn't take in, like that would be, you know, cats with expensive surgeries. So we started the fund, and we've been able to help a lot of cats.
Yeah, I mean, I know that we have individual cats that we try to do fundraising for, but the overall funds that go to help Kitten Rescue pay so that they can help some of these kittens and cats that otherwise would not be helped is due to donations coming through in the Hope Fund. So it's pretty
that's why when Waverly came in, she wasn't really going to be a necessarily expensive cat. So we thought, right? And then, so I didn't like set up a page for her, but I'm like, you know what? It is possible to save kittens like Waverly because of the Hope Fund.
She's been amazing. Like, I love watching her aqua therapy. It's amazing. I mean,
I gotta text Evelyn. I meant to text her.
She's doing better. Yesterday.
I think I saw on Facebook she said she's doing better, but I was gonna text her today just to.
I think they thought maybe it was a reaction to the anesthesia.
Well, if they intubated her, you know that it can, but you can get pneumonia from that. Gotcha. So I'm like, when she said that, I'm like,
what breathing? Yeah.
Yeah, I had a kitten we got from West LA, and I was like, I'm adopting 2 perfectly great kittens from my friend in Boston. Oh, I flew those kittens to Boston. That's right. I was like,
see, she does fly.
Yeah, they were red listed, and my friend, I guess there's no kittens in Boston, and she used to volunteer with Kitten Rescue, and over the years, you know, she did have 7 or 8 cats at one time, but you know, 15 to 20 years, she was down to 1 cat, and she's like, I want some kittens. So, and she likes torties, so I'm like, I'll go. And I was sharing the red list on Facebook. She's like, can you get me this one or this one? And I ended up, I'm like, well, they're both great. She's like, I'll take them both. So, but one of them, Nala, I pulled her, perfectly healthy kitten. My friend Evelyn, not Evelyn Jensen, Evelyn Gray was ISOing her for me till I could get her there. Started breathing bad, got pneumonia, and all we can think of is, how did this perfectly healthy 4-month-old kitten, not a tiny kitten,
right,
come down with pneumonia? And it was aspiration pneumonia. All we could think of it was happened with the spay when she was intubated. So, I mean, that's why I freaked out.
Yeah,
I freaked out when I saw that about Waverly.
Yeah. Yeah, fingers crossed that she's doing better. Like I said, it sounded better yesterday.
Yeah.
To your point, we don't know. I mean, when we had Pearl
If
here,
she's not hospitalized, then it's... Yeah. Then she's probably going to be okay.
Pearl was an incubator.
Yeah. So Nala was, on oxygen for a couple of days.
Okay, let me see. What time it is and make sure.
Oh, sorry.
No,
I'm a rambler.
No, we're good. We're actually on time. Let me make sure that nobody has any other questions because, you and I can say her.
Yeah.
It's fine. I know that they're recording it too for people who are listening.
Oh, no.
Yes.
What if I said something stupid? Now I'm nervous.
Public record. No.
Shoot. Darn it.
I guess I left out that part in the beginning and could have told you.
Because you know I'm super camera shy, and for anything that's recorded, because I'm so afraid of saying something stupid. This I thought was just live, so I'm like, oh, they'll forget about it if I say something stupid.
You haven't said anything stupid, it's all good. Alright, so, okay, so somebody's actually asking if anyone know where I can get one of Jellee's shirt, because we don't have the store.
That shirt?
Site.
Oh, we were supposed to, but Kim hasn't gotten it up yet.
I know.
Yeah, no, we could send you one. How do we just email us?
They can contact, they contact me and I have them pulled from there and we could do it. So email mail or or sponsor.
Not mail, because that goes to
They can
Ben.
do
Sandra or sponsor.
Yeah, so either Sandra at kittenrescue.org or sponsor at kittenrescue.org if you want a shirt. It's $25 because that includes the shipping.
In shipping, yeah. If you live locally and you want to pick up, it's 20, but we have to add the
So
shipping.
25. So if you just email one of us, then we'll figure out the size and whether you want a V-neck or a crew neck, and we'll take care of it. That's how it's worked thus far.
Yeah, you know what? Sorry, we got the new website up. There's supposed to be a store on there, but it's a
new website, yeah, and it looks great.
The new website's great. It's really time consuming for Kim to get the cats all up there right now.
Well, especially when we have to make changes, even with our special need kitties.
Yeah,
If something happens and we have to take them off, and
so right now we don't have. Kim hasn't trained us how to do it. The fancy new website, so it's all up to her.
So we're doing
and she
all
has a business with other people.
It is a real job.
Yeah,
a day job.
That it is her job.
Yeah.
She's a website designer, but she has Minnie as one of her. You know, she's got other clients who probably pay more than we do. She did it very for a very good price for us. Sorry, my foot's asleep again, so I'm gonna have to do this again. So are they asking you questions?
That's what I'm checking. But so most people emailed. It's getting worse in my old age. I have to put glasses on to see this.
Oh, I left my glass. Oh, yeah, you don't even have glasses on right now?
I should when I'm on this. I mean, when I hold up feet down here, I can see.
I'm blind without my glasses.
What's bad is I can't do the potty cures anymore with the nails without having them on.
Oh.
Especially with a little bit.
Oh, yeah.
But with mine.
Hi, babies. What a good mommy. Look at her, mommy.
Pauline is saying, see you in September, and she'll have lots more questions then.
Oh, and I'll be crazed. You're gonna, I will not be so relaxed. Sandra is, in a frenzy at that event. Oh no.
It's bad. No, trust me. Like that's why I keep moving my feet too. So alright. Alright. So does anybody else have any further questions for Sandra about whether it's TNR or whether it's about Kitten Rescue? Any of the other programs?
Hi, Mimi.
She's the best.
She is. These are babies. Last year, I asked her if she wanted to go to the fur ball, and she's like, "Oh no, I want to stay here and take care of the animals."
Millie and I tried to get her to go too.
You did no. I'd rather be here with the animals. Come on.
It's the same thing with Holly. I mean, she's like, no, I'd rather be here. You're hairy.
You want to know what? I probably would do.
That's Harry.
Hi, Harry. Oh, that's right. They have English names.
He has the crooked M on his tabby head. So that's how I know. Oh,
It's crooked? Your M is crooked?
It's crooked compared to James and Beatrice. Of course, the minute I say that, it would help them actually hit submit.
Okay.
Because some of them are listening and some of them, and that's why they record it because they're at work.
Yeah, too bad they can't come. We can't hear them.
I know. It makes things so much easier. Of course, they'd be yelling, going, "Watch out for the kid behind you!" You know,
Oh.
I'm just kidding. Mom's over here. Some of them are
Yeah.
in the bar. She's doing her thing.
Oh my god. Really? Oh my god. All right.
And the fact that she's gaining weight is a good thing. Okay, let's see. Somebody's responding. Let's see what they're saying. My babies. I was pretty excited. I got front row parking today, too.
I parked in the lot.
I know you get to park in a lot.
I was on the phone with Cynthia. I'm like, I can't find a space. I'm like, I'm just gonna park in the lot.
Yeah, I usually like.
I know Lindsay's not coming. Isn't today Wednesday?
Wednesday.
Yeah. So, and then if Nina doesn't come till later, right? I'll
Yeah.
probably be gone. The lot is 2 spaces. The lot.
Nope, now we're just getting thank yous. Thank you for the great information. anybody else has not voted today, I think we talked about.
Oh yeah, I wore my shirt.
worldsbestlitter.com. If you click on if you don't have the link, I think everybody has the link, but it's worldsbestlitter.com, and then something about giving to the community, and then if you go to click on that link, the second link to click on is Give Litter, and that's where.
Last time I looked, we were winning. Don't we always win? I feel bad.
No, there's another one that's gaining on us.
Oh, see, they're working at it. I feel kind of bad that we keep winning, because I'm like, they must not be trying. So then I'm like, should I feel bad? Yeah. Okay, now I gotta put some effort into it. All right, it's on. I'm like, I feel bad. I mean, no matter what, we're gonna get 5,000 pounds of litter.
Right.
But the good thing is, if we get the 10,000 pounds, really, that extra 5,000 pounds gets to go to our foster parents, who pay for their own food and litter, by the way. So it's, I love getting stuff that we can give to our foster parents, because
it helps out tremendously.
Yes, I mean, without them, we can't save lives.
I know some of them are really smart, and they do like the Amazon wish list.
I know, I feel bad asking people to pay for stuff for me. So.
I know, because I know that, I mean, I've like sent stuff to Eden and Sarah and stuff just because they do have the wish list.
Yeah, I don't know if people pay for my vet bill.
right. There's that part.
Was that you?
Yeah. That is Odie's girlfriend's mom, though, telling me that she's going to check on my kids.
Oh.
I told you I'm a helicopter mom and something's wrong.
Oh,
So Brianna literally came home and said, okay, MJ, you're out. You're good.
You're still coming into your house right now to go check on it?
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Horrible. I mean, I'm not horrible. I just worry about them.
Just, oh my god, if you had kittens, you would, I mean, like, because that's one of the reasons I was like, I had anxiety when I was a flight attendant leaving my animals. It was, like, once I got there, it was fine, and I love the people I work with. I mean, and I like my passengers. Like, that part of it
with people
was, well, I mean, no, it's you meet interesting people. It's fun. You meet people from all over the world. And flight attendants are really team players. Like, that part I love, but I had anxiety about leaving my animals. Like, and especially because I would do turnarounds where I'd go and come back. And then there's weather in Dallas. Now all of a sudden you're on an overnight, or because you can't get home that night, and then you're calling everybody to come over. If my husband's out of town, because he works, sometimes he goes out of town. I'm like, just control. I can't stand losing control.
Yeah, I don't lose control either. They have like 3 different nannies that they've had since the day I brought him home. Because the day since I brought him home, there's been some issues here and there. So, and while my job, obviously I don't punch a clock and it's flexible.
Yeah.
And I work crazy morning hours, and that kind of thing. I didn't work today. But I get crazy, and so they go and check on them. But they're all really great, so.
Yeah.
And they all have black cats too. I can't figure out how.
Gonna be fine. They're adult cats. They're not gonna. But wow, you're worse than I am. My husband's home right now, though, so now I feel like I can wait for the day.
I've been there 3 days in a row.
Yeah.
With different ones, and so I can't be there all the time, and I have to know. When I come home sometimes, right? Then they start acting like they're fine, and I know not always that's true. So, yeah. Anyways, all right. So one more check.
Go ahead.
Sorry, because I didn't really say half an hour. I didn't say an hour either. I just said we'd go.
They might be bored right now. But I mean, I guess they're watching the cam anyway. But we're not as cute as kittens. Maybe the camera's on the kittens now.
Could be. I don't know. I told them to make sure that it's on you. All right. So, anyways, thank you, my dear. Appreciate you taking the time.
Thank you.
Thanks all the cam viewers for all the questions, and I'm hoping that maybe Jody recorded it, and we should.
Oh, Jody's recording it.
Yes, you know who Jody is too.
Jody, can you edit?
So I think I'm off to the sanctuary,
and I'm gonna go talk to Josh, see how he can help me with some furball stuff.
There you go. I actually did the PayPal transaction this month. Oh, July. I should do it too.
Oh, okay.
But we are all good. So, anyways, everybody have a great day.
Bye. Thank you. Thanks for everything you guys do for Kitten Rescue.
Bye, little people. Oh, I know. As I'm waking you up, Harry. Hopefully, John got some pictures.
I love his little couch. He's like,
oh my god, there was all 8 of them were piled on it the other day. I saw pictures on the board. It was adorable.
So this year for the calendar, I think I'm not going to do a contest just because there's too much with
all of them.
It's just too much, and then remember how much at the end I'm like, no, this resolution, this. So I'm thinking, Casey Christopher took all those amazing pictures. Maybe we'll just do a kitten rescue calendar with our nursery kittens. Like,